Ciao a tutti, sono sempre io, Mato10, e oggi facciamo l'ultima, penso, missione del nuovo evento. Eravamo rimasti che appunto forse lo zio dei tre bambini è appunto a capo di questa cosa criminale. Ancora non ho capito cosa c'è di male, tipo una serie tipo di traffico d'armi, ancora non ho capito cosa sia successo di preciso. Però appunto forse lo zio è il cattivo, che ripeto io ci sono rimasta un po' male perché comunque era simpatico. Cioè comunque speriamo che non sia vero, però penso che ormai sia praticamente confermato. Comunque in questi giorni sto usando molto Chevros perché come personaggio mi piace. E vabbè, andiamo alla missione. Spero che lui vada bene, tanto è sempre quello.
Took me a bit longer than
Sempre 4433.
where he's hiding.
Let me just be sure of one thing. We're dealing with someone who has extremely dangerous weapons.
Absolutely. You just need to try.
Yeah, we've got this. My crew's already locked and loaded.
I'll take you at your...
I know you said you wanted to keep this operation small, but I still thought you could. So, I chose a few promising young Spina members to.
Yes, we're ready to roll then.
Now that you're here, I guess we can get this show on the road.
Magari è come quell'evento di Kinich, che l'ultima missione è tipo solo una cutscene e poi abbiamo fatto. Chissà. Ecco tre bambini.
I'm sorry, you can't come with us. You need to stay at the expo like we...
We know. It's just. Do you.
I wish I could answer that question, but it would just be speculation.
He's been gone for 2 days now, and he just left us here. But if that's true, then that means he must have been involved in making and selling weapons in the past too. Wouldn't. That's not for us to say. Take a look around the expo. There are plenty of other people making and selling. Really? The same is true for your uncle. Whatever he may have done in the past, the real question we need to ask is why. And Fontaine, we have a long. Yeah. Why would Uncle Ash? How about this? I'll make sure that Miss Chevres and Miss Yelan promise to. Then you can ask him yourselves.
Thanks, miss.
This situation is complicated and unpredictable. It's all right.
Regardless, it's a promise we have to keep.
Then, let's all do our part to make sure...
Giocattoli per bambini. Avviato. Bene. Vai al nascondiglio di Ashvapati. Ah, perché già se lo sappiamo dove sta? Ah, ok. Provo a mettermi il mio team più forte. Cioè uno dei miei team più forti. Marca. In caso dobbiamo combattere, se no...
On me.
Ok.
Stop right there!
We missed him.
Ah, perché c'era?
Looks like he left behind plenty of evidence, though.
Ok.
These records look suspicious.
Yeah. Doesn't seem very
What is it?
Remember when I said this group's cover was ironclad? They were always the one time they slipped up. It broke the case wide open. We found a...
It was a similar story on our end.
And now that same manifest shows up here, among the records left behind by Ashvapati.
So, he's the guy that slipped up back then?
Unless it wasn't a slip-up at all. How does the same clue get left behind at two separate scenes and pick...
No. Almost like he led us here on...
Hey, there's a letter here.
Look at how it's positioned.
You think he knew we would come here?
If he did, he's a more impressive opponent than I anticipated.
Let's keep going. We can
Qui c'è la balista di Beidou, mi sembra.
Wait.
It's the display model that goes with the prototype. Guess that does...
What's worse is that, with his technical background, I bet he managed to bypass...
You're saying our guy has a battle ready...
Oh,
Something isn't adding up. All the
That's a question for another time. We need...
This situation seems more complicated than we imagined. It looks like Ash...
You don't think he's working for them?
Unlikely. He lured us to Nodcry.
Well, if we want to get to the bottom of this, that would seem to be our last
To the officers of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol and the Liyue Qixing, you certainly live up to your reputation. I doubt my secret hiding spot will be a secret much longer. I'm just glad I no longer have to run. So,
Prima di confessare i miei crimini.
it all started with a Kashara War researcher, expelled from the academia for violating a taboo.
Allora, io conosco uno che è stato espulso dall'accademia, ossia Dottore. Però non so se era della Però io so che Dottore è stato espulso dall'accademia. Adesso non so se sta parlando proprio di dottori o di qualcun altro, questo qui non lo so.
He had dedicated his life to the pursuit of knowledge. But when he found himself in the desert, it
Questo mi
wasn't
sembra
even worth a
Ashfapati.
pail of water.
C'è qualcuno?
Could you spare some
Ah,
water?
forse Ashfapati è stato espulso dalla
I'm a Kashara War researcher.
Researchers like you are a dime a dozen. Smart as a whip until you find yourself...
Oh,
No, son. Just still trying to figure out why I've got such a soft spot.
Che quindi questi eremiti allora lo aiutano. Sì, comunque penso che si parlava di lui che fosse stato espulso dall'accademia.
You got somewhere to go?
Sì, comunque questi eremiti sono abbastanza gentili, dai.
not really.
Now you're talking like desert folk.
What would I do?
Gather food, guard our water source, just like... Of course, if you have something you're good at, you're welcome.
All I know is weapons.
Weapons?
Yeah, I love studying them. I believe the essence of Kashara War research is embodied in weaponry. My lifelong goal
Dico che
has
penso che
always
così
been to
sia
become
la
a
sua
foremost
storia,
expert
comunque,
on all
penso.
kinds.
Quindi
So
un flashback,
I might have
penso.
borrowed a few sensitive texts without.
The Academia could have 1,001 reasons for exiling you out here, and it still wouldn't matter to me, son.
I can help upgrade your.
True, weapons are essential to life here, but when it comes to protecting the people here,
Overkill.
our group is lucky. Our ancestors learned how to... Plus, we're pretty far off the... All in all, we don't have to travel to find water. There are plenty of ways to die in the desert.
I see.
I've heard you Kasharawa scholars...
You mean like.
Yes, if you wouldn't mind. It'll give them some...
Dici
All
cavoli.
right then. And just like that, a Kashara War scholar at the cutting edge of his field. It got boring from time to time. But all in all, those days were looking back now. I wish I could have lived like that until the end of my days. But then, those despicable people showed up. Don't rush me. These materials are in short supply.
Oh, they've got a lot of nerve showing their faces.
Send the gem? It has been a while.
Well, we have a right to this oasis, too. Our ancestors were part...
You hated this place. After that giant sandstorm when everyone else...
Because I knew better than to be stubborn.
You abandoned this place. If we done...
I heard they joined another band of Eremites after leaving us.
Chief, should we drive him off?
I'd like to see you try. I'm warning you.
Leave them be. This oasis has always been big enough to... All that matters is keeping the people here safe.
At the time, I didn't think much of it. And so, normal life continued. Much unchanged. Well, I often found myself flipping through my... As far as I knew, no one had been able to analyze or reproduce, but I was able to design a kind of lure. Somehow, the new arrivals at the Oasis...
Hope you don't mind me asking, but
I do mind, actually.
rumor is you used to be a
What do you want?
I want to team up. The rules and red tape that got you kicked out of the academia, They don't exist in the desert, but what if?
What are you...
Me and my men can get you what you... We've always had a good eye for business. Just never the right...
You want to sell it?
It's a win-win. You provide the goods, and I earn enough mora from these people. I understand what you're worried about, but listen, it won't come back to bite. These people don't think bigger than this place. They don't get involved in conflict. I mean, come on.
You've made a bad name for yourself around.
Well, it's your choice. So I'll ask you again. Do you want to finally develop the weapons you've been dreaming of and realize your...
How I wish I'd made the right choice back then.
Come avrei fatto la scelta giusta in quel momento? Quindi a quanto pare ha fatto la scelta sbagliata.
Yeah, we increased our prices. What about it? You gonna...
So, you're really as money hungry as they all say.
Cash is king. That's just business.
Fine.
I'm done. I want out.
What are you talking about?
I know what the weapons have been used for, and
An accomplice? Listen, that's got nothing to do with us. People would...
Can't you sell more than just weapons? Surely this...
If you want to make the big mora, you gotta push what sells. That's just how it is.
And that right there is why I want out.
Fine. I've made more than enough to leave this dump in the dust anyway.
What was that?
Ma? Oh no, i robot. Ho distrutto tutto.
No. Kaem was it.
No, lui era l'amico. E poi ci sono i tre bambini. No, altri bambini. Altre persone morte.
How did this happen?
You won't find a tribe in this desert without enemies. People have tried to steal water from this oasis in the past, but Kaem was that
No,
drove
i
them off.
cattivi.
You sold weapons to his enemies.
It was the perfect excuse to drive up the price.
No.
It was only later that I found out. This wasn't the first time Senegem and his men. I didn't chase after them or try to hold them accountable. But once the weapons I designed were turned against in the end,
Ecco, ci sono i
despite
tre
all
bambini.
the burning tents, and now you know the full account of my crimes.
Molto triste la storia di zio Ashvapati.
I've been raising them ever since, while attempting to hunt down the men who made them orphans in the first place. This confession is for the kids to read. I know I'm in no position to make requests, but back then...
Jeez.
He's after the same target as us.
He even lured us to not cry to help him.
I think I know what he's planning to do with those ballistas now.
Then we need to find him ASAP.
I can't just let him get rid of our target either. This crime... Oh?
You got something?
He knew we'd be out of the picture investigating this place. I think he decided to spring the trap that we set up.
Oh, snap. He's not working for...
The meeting will be happening any time now.
Comunque vi dico che è la prima volta che lo faccio, non è come altre quest o altre cose. Quindi è la prima volta che sto guardando questo. Eccolo,
Ashvapati,
il cattivo.
It's been a while, Senegem.
how did you find this place?
All these years. And the signal you use for the meetup point.
Useless bunch of idiots.
Oh, I think that might take a while. The Fontaine and Liyue authorities have your men locked down tight.
Ah, quindi no, Ashvapati
Every last
non c'entra con il cosa che è successo qua? Ed è tipo lui il vero cattivo?
No.
O no?
There's no way the cop...
Unless, of course, someone deliberately left a trail of clues leading... If they hadn't taken your agents out of the...
So now what?
No. The authorities can have your men.
Is that Fatui tech? Look, listen, I know you're mad that I've been racking up Mora without you all these years.
After everything that happened,
Because what's the alternative? You're not here for... After Kayem took you in, you really convinced yourself... What you should have learned is that banking on loyalty and in the desert, my people live by one rule and one... Just look at me. When there's more to...
You think everyone is as much of a
A lowlife? There's nothing... You're talking to a renowned Fontanian philanthropist who...
Are you...
Clearly there's no reasoning with you, fine. But if you want me dead so bad, why'd you come to face me alone?
Don't you worry. I brought plenty of firepower.
What the... Are you crazy? If that thing...
Yes, that's the plan. It's high time both of us paid the price for our sins.
He's lost his mind. Get him! Start breaking his bones until he removes...
Hold it right there, all of you!
The Maison Gardiennage!
You got here sooner than I expected.
Hey! What's that in the sky? Looks like bad news.
Ashvapati, you have my word that these people will face the judgment of the Fontaine courts. Remove the barrier and come with us at once.
Fontanian justice is too merciful for them.
Stubborn fool.
I don't deserve them.
What is it you feel you need to atone for? Weapons research?
You're from Liyue, right? Your ancestors were the first people to surely. It's choices like that which make Liyue what it is today. But me?
Sounds like you don't know as much as you think about fireworks. They might be harmless.
What?
That's right. Fireworks and firecrackers were originally developed over time. Evil spirits learned to fear the sight of the peace we enjoy today isn't because the weapons are what secured us. It's people, not weapons, that commit acts of evil. And when people are as bent on destruction as the evil forces and beasts faced by our forebears, whatever...
Time is running out. Please. Leave while you still can.
Relax. Now that we have these guys in custody, I think we can find a way of repurposing these
I knew they were looking for trouble, but they messed with the wrong manager.
Captain, we're in position!
Prepare to intersect! On my signal! Fire!
Fireworks show? Oh.
always been part of the show.
Non vorrei sbagliarmi, ma la tazza di Nefer sembrava la tazza di Lynette. Sì, comunque, ripeto, è la prima volta che sto vedendo questa cutscene. Comunque sì, è veramente bellissima. Praticamente Beidou tipo ha lanciato le frecce della ballista contro le altre frecce e quindi sono fatti fuochi d'artificio. Quindi si sono salvati. Praticamente Ashvapati voleva praticamente uccidere appunto queste persone cattive, però a sua volta sacrificandosi anche lui per vendetta, solo che però appunto ci sono questi fuochi d'artificio e quindi sono salvati. Sì, comunque è veramente molto molto carina. Bene.
I never imagined the Guizhong ballista could be used for some...
If you'll agree to come with us and answer some questions, it would be...
Of course. You'll have
Quindi
my full
Ashvapati è
cooperation.
buono e quindi erano gli altri che
I
erano a
know I'm
capo di
guilty.
questa cosa.
Just not sure of the precise crime at this point.
Honestly, me neither. I'm sure a case like yours... As for these arms dealers, though, I know. There's no sentence the court can give, considering the alternative was them dying in
Bene, giocato di bambini, missione completata. Però potrebbe esserci forse una missione piccolina finale. Vediamo. Spero che il volume della voce vada bene. Mi sembra... Sì, c'è una missione, effettivamente. Ultima missione. Tipo dove festeggiamo, sì, comunque una missione abbastanza breve. Ripeto, spero che il volume della mia voce vada bene. Perché lo vedo alcune volte sul verde, altre volte sul giallo, quindi...
Now that we are on the other side of this incident, understood. Well, there's been no serious harm to me.
I appreciate your flexibility. As for you... Given your association with the Voynich Guild, I suspect the boss of the Curatorium might raise some objections if I insisted on
Bene.
bringing you into custody.
Then what do you propose, Miss Chevreuse?
While pursuing one of the suspects in this case, it was unfortunately necessary for me to destroy a...
Is that an official confession, officer?
What I'm suggesting is that I don't file charges against Ashvapati.
Bene.
He stays here, and in return, you don't...
Deal.
That was surprising.
Uncle Ashvapati, we...
They told us the whole story. Everything you've...
But
If you'd been less trusting of the promises these men made to you back then, the way I see it, your crime wasn't the weapons research itself.
Yeah.
Well then, what are you waiting for?
Children, from now on, I will protect you with my life.
Traveler, Yelan. On behalf of the Fontaine authorities, it has been a pleasure working with you both.
I have plenty of other business to attend to, so it's probably... Looks like you're a free man.
I guess, but even if they won't arrest me, I still have a lot to answer for.
After you joined us, it didn't take me long to find out that you'd lied about... I actually consider that as thanks to the Traveler, I now know the full story. And my, what a...
Are you...
I mean, obviously I can't let you stay in the guild. Not a... I'd recommend that you take the...
Why?
The desert has been plagued by seemingly endless conflict since, as far back as I can remember, the Sumeru of today is a different world than what it once was.
Sure. We could put up a few tents and call it a settlement. But what then?
Where there's Mora, there's always a way. Hello, my dear customer. What?
So Mora is the answer, huh? All right.
Don't take her so literally. She's just doing her sales pitch. Sure can, huh? Ta-da! I present to you one magical gemstone created by none other than the
Alice?
renowned mage. I'll simply plant it in the ground and a spring will instantly start growing.
What?
Huh.
Goodness. They always say you can find everything at the Nod Cry trade.
Actually, this could be your lucky day. Need.
Whatever keeps the kids happy?
Good question. I got it! How about I charge you whatever you 3 kids earned at the expo? Then, I think that would keep the kids very happy indeed.
Deal!
Hooray! Well, this was a strange turn of events.
I think it's safe to say that this was one of the more memorable trade
Bene, penso che la missione sia definitivamente finita. Mi è piaciuta molto, sì, molto bella. Andiamo a prendere le ricompense giornaliere. Ho questi personaggi qua perché voglio far ascendere voglio far salire di livello l'amicizia. Quindi se vi chiedete perché ho questi personaggi vi ho risposto.
Thank you for
Bene, comunque sì, penso di fare circa un'ottantina di pull. Inoltre oggi, che è il 1° maggio, possiamo anche prenderne 5 di qua e 5 di qua. Che sinceramente vorrei conservare anche cose blu per Lohen magari. Però vabbè, proviamo a fare qualche pull. Tanto comunque sono apiti abbastanza early perché ho ottenuto dai AC2, ho visto un bug. No, non è vero, falso allarme. Spero almeno che ci sia un 4 stelle. Spero. Magari il Luga. Attenzione, spero che non sia un'arma. Adesso è un'arma. È un'arma. Vabbè. Se abbiamo altre 2 magari trovo 4 stelle di fila. Ma non penso. Poi quell'arco è anche... non è tanto buono. Vabbè. Bene, noi possiamo fare anche qualche pull nel secondo account. Eccoci nel secondo. Possiamo fare 3 pull, mi sembra. Bene. Speriamo che questo 3 pull mi esca Nefer. Sarà molto improbabile, proviamoci. Provo a non guardare. Però sono apiti molto 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 early, quindi è praticamente improbabile che mi esca, però vabbè. Bene, possiamo fare altre 2. Vediamo cosa mi esce, però. Non so nemmeno se mi uscirà 4 stelle. Perché c'è degli ammazzadraghi. E poi abbiamo l'ultima, però ovviamente non mi darà niente. Secondo me manco 4 stelle. E niente, una fionda. Ne possiamo fare un'altra? No. Però se faccio un'altra pull posso comprare un'altra. C'è anche il teatro immaginario oggi perché è il 1° giorno del mese, quindi potrei fare il teatro immaginario. Tutto questo spero che vi sia piaciuto e ad Astra Bisosche!